Everybody has a right to be able to get around and move in their community. When you've got good sidewalks, you've got a good trail system, hopefully they can be maintained in a good condition. You have the opportunity to have more connections, more opportunities for people to get around in their community.
To be accessible, what we're thinking of is people, no matter what your ability level is or your mobility level is, we want to promote having things that someone in a wheelchair, someone using a walker, someone using a bike, someone hiking, someone going with a stroller with small children. We want the kind of platform where someone can have an ability to get onto a trail and experience something outdoors that just entices them to be part of our community outdoors.
When you think of accessible design or inclusive design, once you see something that's not accessible, then you always see that it's not accessible. From then on after, once you see it, you don't unsee it. When you go into an inaccessible restroom, when you go somewhere that's got steps, you notice these things when you go places. When you do the initial design to have it inclusive from the beginning, you're not going to think of it as, oh, that's accessible. It's going to be more noticeable if somebody puts something there that's inaccessible, because you can't unsee something once you already know about what accessible is. It means inclusion for people. It gives them a chance to be with their families, be with their friends, have a chance to get out and interact together, but also connect to the community. It provides an opportunity to go places that may not have been accessible before. If they don't have transportation, they can get on a trail that might take them downtown, and it's a safe way to get there. They're not going down sidewalks. They're not going through streets. It's an opportunity to connect right with the community that wasn't there before.
I think Jackson actually has a good sort of secret. The great thing about having non-motorized system, a good, well-connected system in terms of, trails, sidewalk, bike lanes, is that it really can create another asset, another strong part of the community.
They're pretty simple things. They're making accessible parking spaces, but then it's putting trash cans where people can reach them from the trails. It's making the restrooms accessible. It's making the water fountains accessible so that people can actually approach it and be a part of it and included with everything. It's really not that much. It's just the beginning and the planning that goes with it. Talk to somebody that's in the know, make some focus groups, talk to people that are in the community using those things, and ask their experiences. Ask for what issues do you run into? And when you have those conversations, you realize through some simple planning, it's all we need to do is put the trash cans a little bit closer. All we need to do is make some extra pavement. We just need to make it wider. We just need to make more gradual changes versus steps. We can do ramps and land ramps to places that are more than easy. They're easy on the eyes, but they're something that everybody uses. If you make something accessible, there's not going to be a lack of people using it. Everybody's going to use it, and they're not going to think of it as, oh, this is accessible. This is just for those people. This is just for people with disabilities. They're using it because everybody's using it and using it for the same purpose.
My hope for Jackson is that we will improve our physical and emotional well-being by becoming a community who turns to physical activity more often and sees it not as something that's for those athletic people, but sees it as something that no matter what age, no matter what ability level I'm at, there's something that I can do and it's enjoyable and I will look forward to doing it. It becomes more of a natural part of our lifestyle.
I think it just comes down to that, Jackson, it's got a lot to offer, and we don't want everybody to know because then everybody would move here, but I think it's a really big asset for a community that's maybe on the smaller side. I think it's something that really is special and unique, and Jackson should be really proud of.
My hope for Jackson is that it becomes an inclusive community and destination. People can seek out Jackson because they know that they're welcome, for one, but they're going to be included with the planning that goes on, that they're able to go to stores, they're able to go to trails and use them as accessible ways. Something that's a benefit of using a trail is it's not sidewalks that are chunked up into sections that are going to get rubbed up by tree roots. There's no sections of it that are bumps along the way. Trail is a continuous smooth pattern, smooth roll that people can have. So when you're going across it, it's not going to jar you from what it is. By making an inclusive destination, make it somewhere people want it to be, make people want to go.